There are a lot of words that I use that, so I read a lot of 19th century novels, and I have a lot of words in my head because of that, whose meanings I don't know, but they're in my head anyway, so they often end up in my writing. And sometimes I don't really know how to pronounce them either, so, just accept that that doesn't matter. This is called The Beginning. The spiritual sheen of white digitalia, all etc. produced etc. since 2006. The year of a camo 4x4 just struck a cat. I've nightly dreamt of it. Various hermit monster, ghee drunk, buttered up pollinator eaters. Dense, undulating beauty come, obscuring any plausible resolution. Hark, a mass extinction in boba. The woolly backs of chinchillas fused in the morning broom. B-R-U-M-E, broom. Do you know what that means?
I think it's like a fog.
It's fog, yeah.
It's fog. That one I do know. Okay. So I'm going to read, this is a poem in several parts. It's called A Long Day. And it was written here at Prattsville Art Center. So here we go. A long day. 1. Sentient beings, exclamation point, hardly tall enough, emerge. Geopins sprawl in a black hazard, pier to pier, hamlet to country. Swan is found in the pines. And resolution comes long. I wait all day, 100 days a year. Itching, walky, half-eyed, imbricate like light switches. An actor, Dana, has a cold. Dana in bed looks at pictures of her daughter's boyfriend. This continues quite a while. 2. It's my day, hankering for a sweet liturgy, checked under a pumpkin top. Looking up, there's a freestanding dress shaking in the dormer. Parska, the leftover donut, is still raging. A mound of socked cats. We Sabbathed on hardly a bone that fall. 3. An eglantine passage, the present a fort nacht. Nor on a bed of pepperell loops I lay my head. Come 6 p.m., the adoring starts. Once in an art house, once when I mess my words. Dreams of poison clover knocking about in there. 4. Our prolific Western family, however they were, their headwear, rent, and upon my approach in the faintest light, a far, far eagle, little picker of foreign musics, catacomb of papers righted, but the river's blacker. 5. Tuesday sets on an arrangement of Navy heroes, all my itinerant years in under a minute, an array of pews, the following, drone rings around time, the home, a belly descending sweet flies, we are pudding, our things, the kids, the bookkeeper, astronomy, music for a while. 6. You and me, shrub, walking facing front for the full noon, sun and twigs all mortared nape of your brain cup, listing fac and borth and fac. Hurry, hurry, I can't see. The baby hairs and nary a word. I'm getting all shifty. The verbs are circumspect nouns. There's one, a reading. Darling nut, she surrounded us. 7. The Idahoan upstart making money on lead pencils. The raped boy trailing farm hands. The idle collie asleep in mausolea. The fast attenuating, dried out nation states I could be. Okay. So there are words whose definition I only vaguely know or don't know at all, and there are some made-up words as well. Terminal vacation madness. The conference of dignitaries on all fours is additive. Each new member noiselessly padding arrives. Splendid poppins, appending an E to a minaret with a pineapple hat. The raveling is tentative, and I'm blessed to grasp a word. In hospice, looking at the sky, pronounced with a glottal stop. Oh, just gonna get a drink of water right here. So this is the post face of my book. It's not lineated, so it's written like prose, and it's where I explain my writing to you. And I might not read the whole thing, but right. It isn't, I purpose, that every memorable event is loosed moment. Scores of secret numbers persist in rapping at the plangent forged from Celtic steel. And clippings float eastward. A little farther on was a sign reading old political buttons, slanted up elopement risk. The horizon line, a porcelain Zanbar, riding the y-axis, last one, never selected, never expiring. Isn't this a treatise on losing, 20 years in, and my beloved friend's head theorizes inside a tender crevasse? Did the screen freeze because I thought he was just thinking? Given its own room, each bit of world adumbrates. My closed mouth face beholding chattery abounds, nobules correlated with an absent third term. They had added a good many more merely serviceable facsimiles of a single pointillist unit. Leaf, gravel, turbulent strand. An eyeless mole in a turret, refining his trademark email sign-off. I insist I'm bereft of genuine feeling. I insist. I cut my feet on the elegant lines of an artless fire escape. Reams of incidentality. The guru predicted violence. Tool compressed in jars house the multiple northern lifers who have resolved to learn painting come down from the hills. Hold on. I love how long it takes for a leaf to fall. A tiny empire of words ejected from their homes and love-laced into mine. Earlier, the object, freakish wild, arching over her head, caught passing Turkish linens, and yet no watery cathextion to process. One hears the branch grazing a stray papoose in Bay 4 become thick-skinned and fat on background when it's time to go, angel. Ruffled sucker shipped home again in a colicky flat pack. Continue to build out meaning, thine ornamental tools. And here the target market of underemployed decedents genuflect to my rather rude settlement once proposed. the dirge when obsessive-compulsive fronting and facing pastes the sublime mask on alleged interior self. This Davidian glut. I was writing beneath dramatic lighting when the millenarian chorus, climbing, broke and dissolved into trodden glass. Then cut penguin distended guts of a fabricated sound while walking, and a square of colored light changed to another when I looked away. Past accounts have produced a field of crocheted lists, small bamboo beds on a faded monitor. You'll hate me for this. Moldering additions announce a poetics of what could have been said. For how can you write with your finger on velvet? Rostra, oeuvre, entirely fabricated. I am but an outdoor pet. Yet there's appendages furling lately, and tonight a square dance on an oblong theme, the composite din of earthlings at work, spitting Damiana. It's a song I wrote just after tea service, and I identify as you, cross-eyed, lenticular somewhat. Soon you'll be no more than a cake-walking phenom, a promiscuous HD whom he hardly remembers. Behold, O praecox, resurrect the gates of Maine and man. Attend to this call to action in concave braille, the compulsion to guess what I look like. Do you believe that? The shadowed love letters shadow. Folded up in my mercy capsule comes the sun. How can you believe that? A leap year's day continues on. Networked avenues drag. And all we gathered can think to do is grow cold in our plotless obsidian, inexcavable rounds. All right, I'm going to stop there.